first topic I want to talk about really quick before we get into some other things is that I don't like bitch ass niggas. And the reason why I want to start off with that is because
game is about helping us learn the rules of manhood. And a lot of times what happens is we don't fully believe in the rules. We don't fully believe in the information.
You cannot fear rejection.
We got to stand on business out there, meaning that the bitches ain't gonna even fuck with me if they don't think that I'm willing to go the distance behind some shit.
everybody in this room, if you had a bitch ass moment, raise your hand.
When I say I am, I want you to say a motherfucking man. I am a motherfucking man.
Like I said, y'all should have bitches. I'm amazed. It's a struggle for some of y'all.
Once you find something that you're into, it comes before everything else. And then even when you deal with a woman who's into you, she has to compete with that thing, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Stand up if you believe in fear. Stand up right now. Everybody stand the fuck up.
You know, I say bitch a lot and nigga a lot, but, you know, it's with good intention and a lot of love in it and whatnot.
If I'm feeling insecure, is this really me, or did somebody teach me how to feel this way?
I am a motherfucking man.
Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the woman you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity.
Yo, shorty's feeling this game, I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she catching feelings, she shooken up. See, I told her this shit was casual. I just did what I had to do. Dropping dick off, I'm glad to do. Now she's catching an attitude. Talking about trends, I'm mad at you. Cause all you do is give me dick. Bitch, I'm like, have some gratitude. Told her dick's all I have for you. Told her take it or leave it. She said fuck it, I'll take it. She loves when she receives it. This bitch falling in love. At first couldn't believe it, but then remembered I'm the nigga they all wanna be with. Shorty's feeling this game I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she's catching feelings, she shooken up. Now she's catching feelings, oh well. Now she's catching feelings, oh well. Now she's catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well. Told her I ain't want nothing serious. She be yakking delirious. She be getting so curious. Cause the nigga's mysterious. And I'm also gregarious. She wanna fuck all the time, even when on a period. Shorty, she's an Aquarius. She be into those signs. I be spitting that yak. She be into those lines. I be talking that smack. I get into her mind. I be blowing her back. Now she's saying she's mine. Shorty's hooked on the D. She be grabbing onto me. I be getting deep inside. She be wanting all of me. She getting on top to ride. Then she's getting on her knees. Fucked her so good that she cried. Now she can't stop calling me. My nigga, I never lied about killing the box. Always fuck with my socks. Shorty's loving the cock. Now she's falling in love. And I wanted to stop, but she wants me to keep going cause I'm making her hot. Shorty's feeling this game I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she catching feelings, she shooken up. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well. Shorty feeling this game I'm cooking up. I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. I swear I told her. When she give me head, she be looking up. This is all my fault. Now she catching feelings, she shooken up. I was talking too much shit. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well.
All right, we here. What's poppin', what's good? Shout out to everybody. That was a new track that's gonna be on the new mixtape. You feel what I'm saying? Just want to give y'all a sneak peek and shit, because the new mixtape gonna be fire. I gotta actually do a whole nother channel for my music, because I forgot to log into my channel and I can't get into that shit. So I gotta do a whole new joint for that channel so I can start uploading the shit. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building, man, who we got up in here. And it's going to be not a long show, but this is something we have to talk about. Shout out to Studio Horror Music. Shout out to my dude, Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. Shout out to J Hundo, DZGR. Shout out to No Data in the building. Shout out to my lady, April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Main Event Flow, Scales Fitness, what's good? Shout out to Rashad in the building. Shout out to Jaybird Got Game, Corey, June Sports in the building, Eugene, Scales is in the building, True is in the building, J98, man. Shout out to all y'all. We got all y'all in the building, man. Shout out to everybody. Okay, so today's topic is there is no such thing as a masculine frame. Okay, there's no such thing as that shit. Okay. So now I'm sure some of you guys have heard about this masculine frame shit. You know, some of you guys who lurk around the red pill spaces and you know, you see certain videos where guys are talking about masculine frame and all that other stuff. They say you got to maintain masculine frame, which is essentially them saying that, you know, you have to maintain a certain, you know, composure in as far as you being this masculine guy. So like your masculinity is, you know, in this sort of frame, you feel what I'm saying? Or there's a frame around your masculinity. And the only reason why you're masculine is because of this frame. And see, you have to be very careful about how you use words and how you talk about certain things. Because so we had a caller the other day, you know, that called into the show with me and Steve, and he was talking about, you know, how do I maintain my masculine frame, right? And what happens is that guys are talking about masculinity, right, as if they're, you know, putting on a hat or a coat or something, right? So how do I maintain this thing that I'm putting on, right? And what you have to understand is that you don't need to be able to maintain this thing, because what happens is you are already that thing you're trying to maintain. That masculinity is already inside you. See, shout out to my dude Miles, because he has the masculine identity membership. You feel what I'm saying? Right? So when we talk about, and guys, if you have questions, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call up, 646-481-3901 is the number. You can call up and, you know, get your questions answered. So when we talk about, you know, masculine identity, what it is, it's basically recognizing the man who you are. This is why we talk about your masculine identity. Who are you? Who are you really? Have you ever took time to, you know, spend time with yourself to see who you really are, right? Because that masculinity is already within you. It's there already, right? So there's nothing that you need to maintain, right? Because it's there. You're see, the problem is this: the masculinity is there, but the masculinity is clouded with doubt. It's clouded with insecurity. It's clouded with societal programming. It's clouded with all of this shit. And see, this is why a lot of guys have a hard time in the game, because what happens is that guys are so busy trying to maintain frame, right? They're not actually just being themselves and being real, right? And so guys think they need to put on a certain act. It's almost like they're pretending to be masculine. It's almost like they're, you know, an actor in a movie, and their role is, well, let me pretend to be a masculine guy, right? But what happens is that when you have that thought process, what you're basically saying is that you're not masculine. You understand? And so that affects your dating life and the interactions you have with women, because what happens is that you don't believe that you're that masculine guy. You think you have to put it on in some form or fashion in order to keep a woman interested in you, right? And dudes say, well, you know, and I hear this all the time where guys say this. They say, well, I want to maintain how do I maintain my masculine frame when a woman does this? How do I maintain my masculine frame when a woman does that? So basically what they're saying is that a woman has the power to throw them off their game. A woman has the power to throw them off of what they're about and who they are, right? So basically dudes are trying to figure out, how do I keep up this act so that this woman thinks I'm a man? You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just actually being a man. Right? And this is the problem with a lot of guys out here in this game, is that they adhere to a lot of this nonsense. But let's see, 832, what's poppin'? Who this?
Chilling. This is Jay calling in from Texas. I had donated to Miles.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm gonna just be quick, man. I appreciate it. Man, I saw the title and I thought about that situation that dude had called in talking about. I guess you had came at him with a scenario where like a picture go in the frame, so that's your masculine frame, and that was a dope ass analogy because he was kind of stuck. And I feel like, you know, like you said, you know, like it's a frame that you're putting on, like a jacket. And I feel like sometimes I think with game, it can be seen as that, but I feel like it's internal because you're personally building yourself up. You're personally telling yourself, I'm not afraid. Right. I can win. I can do this. I'm the shit. can't nobody break me. Like I feel like it's not the same, but at the same time, you know, like you said, that frame shit is some shit outside of you, whatever. So,
Right.
It makes a lot of sense. So what you say?
No, I agree. And see, that's the thing is that, see, when you look at it in that way, like when I was using that analogy of a picture in the frame, right? If the frame is the masculine thing and you're in the masculine frame, that means that you are not masculine. It's the frame that's masculine, right? It's the idea of what you're trying to portray that's masculine. Like you're putting on an act of masculinity versus just being that guy. Because see, all it really is about, you know, when it comes to being masculine, is about you tapping into that natural energy that's within you and taking action and being about that. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of guys, what they do is they don't trust in themselves. So what they do is they say, how can I present as someone attractive? How can I look like somebody who has it together? How can I look like what I think women want? Instead of being who they are and embracing who they are and then putting that out there, and then that's going to attract the women who are attracted to them. You see what I'm saying?
That's fact. Before I go, like, can a dude that's kind of gamed up be also like afraid, but then, you know, he uses his game to kind of hide it? Like, for example, if we're around some guys and somebody come rob us and the guy that's gamed up, he doesn't show on the surface that he's scared, but once the situation stops and the guy runs off, he's like, man, I was scared, but I couldn't show that shit. Is that a form of like, yo, like he's gamed up to the point, he still feels emotions, but he doesn't let the outside break him? Like that's considered game too, right? Or not really? What you think about that?
Well, the thing is that it shouldn't necessarily be about trying to put on a show for anybody necessarily. It's more so you're doing it because, or you respond that way because of something internal that you understand that causes you to be that way and act that way. So it's not to say like, oh, well, I want to look tough in front of these guys, because then that's still you doing stuff for validation for other people. It could be a situation where the reason why you're responding that way is because you may have gotten to a point in your life or a certain level of awareness where you're not attached to anything, even your own life. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times what happens is, right, so it gets deep that way, meaning that the fear that you might have, even though you could have the fear, but some of it is to the point where you don't even respond that way, because what happens is that you're not necessarily attached to what's happening in the situation. You're so far gone from any of that the reason why you're reacting that way is because you're so far gone from any of whatever that's supposed to mean. So you're like, okay, this dude's taking my wallet. Cool, take the wallet. You want the jacket too? You want the hat too? Take whatever the fuck you want. We good. It don't make a difference to me. So when you have that energy, right, you respond differently than somebody who might be attached. So let's say somebody's like robbing them and they're like, damn, this nigga want my jacket. I love this jacket and blah, blah, blah. His jacket cost me too. You see what I'm saying? So now he's so attached to it, and that will come out in how he responds. But either way, how you respond shouldn't necessarily be based on trying to put on a show or trying to necessarily look a certain way in front of another person. Now, that could be the result of you looking that way, but it shouldn't be you doing it to try to look that way, because then that's you sort of putting on that act in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
Fact. I feel like it's a situation where you already accepted life or death. I already accepted rejection. I already accepted that I may fail. It is what it is. Like, none of this shit moves me either, or I've already accepted it.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's real. That's real. I appreciate the call. Yo, keep going, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, brother. All right, so let's go to 202. 202, what's popping? Who this?
This is Johnny from DC,
oh, shit.
And I definitely donated to the Cash App. It starts with a K and it ends with an E.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got you. So what's going on?
Actually, I had a quick question. So I remember that you mentioned that you should let women sit in their emotions, right? So in a situation like that I had one day, and so I was chilling with this girl, whatever, and she just like, I don't know, I think, well, she had like a bad day at work or whatever, but then like, while I was talking to her, like, hey, go pass me that, that bottle right there, like the drink or whatever, she was like, she made this sound like, so it's like, I don't know if that's directed towards me or like at first I didn't know if that was directed towards me or because of her job. So in situations like that, cause I know you said let her send her emotions. It's like, should I check that and be like, yo, what's going on? Or like,
but wait, give me the scenario. What would you say? What did you do? What was the situation specifically?
We were just chilling, and then we were just chilling at first. I could tell her vibe was a little off a little bit, but I didn't really care. I was just keep doing what I be doing. So I was like, pass me like the wine or whatever. Like she still gave it to me, but she was like, and then she gave it to me, but like I didn't say nothing. I was like,
but wait, but hold on. What I'm saying is okay. So what I should ask this: what is the relationship you have with this woman? Like, is this a chick you been hooking up with? Is it your girlfriend? Like, who is this?
It's been a chick I've been with for like 8 months.
Okay, so it's a chick you've been with for a minute. And so was this the first time she did anything like this?
Yeah.
So she's never in 8 months gave you any type of attitude, friction, or nothing? And this is the first time this ever happened?
Like, not towards me. Like, she's talked about like having bad days at work and stuff like that and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, when she did that, like that high like that, and then like she didn't say nothing really. And then I asked her, I was like, nah, what's going on? And that's when she started, like, she let the cat out the bag, like, oh, this happened at work and stuff like that. And just being weird. So it's like,
so at that point, you need to tell her, listen, I'm sorry that shit's happening to you at work, but listen, don't take your energy out on me though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because this is the thing. A woman shouldn't be directing her negative energy towards you, right? So she can be in her feelings about something. That's fine. But if she starts to direct it towards you, that's an issue.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what happens is that when a woman is doing that, right? This is the thing.
Right.
Women will get frustrated about whatever. You understand? And it is what it is, right? And there's nothing wrong with her being frustrated, upset, angry about a certain thing. But what happens is that if she's directing it towards you, that means she's directing negative energy towards you, which means that's causing drama. And the thing is, you don't want to have any type of drama in your situation specifically with that woman when you're dealing with her. So you need to let her know, listen, there's no drama that needs to happen between me and you. And this is the issue. The reason why sometimes women will do that and put it to your direction is because they've been with men prior to you that was okay with that or just let that slide. So then now it's not even a thing that she thinks is something that's wrong with it. So you have to point out and say, listen, no. Don't bring that energy towards me. Ever. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what you got to have that conversation and tell her that shit.
But that's the part I kind of get confused about. Like, how do I know it's directed towards me? Because like she still gave me the wine bottle. Like she did high, but she still did what I asked. But
no, but she did it with an attitude though, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, again, there's a difference between her going through something, feeling a certain type of way about what happened at work or whatever it is, even her explaining to you, oh man, I'm so upset today because this happened at work and so forth. That's all fine. But as soon as she brings that energy towards you, that's an issue. So if she's upset at something at work and then all of a sudden you say, oh, can you pass me that real quick? Oh, why can't you get it yourself? No.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's not cool. You see what I mean? That's the type of shit you got to check because you got to let her know, listen, and this is the thing. What happens is, and this is what happens generally, a lot of times, with women, just generally, right? Some guys will sort of do this to certain guys, but generally this happens with women. Women believe because they're upset, their attitude is justified. You understand what I'm saying? So because she's upset, she thinks it's okay to bring the drama to you, but it's not. You have to let her know that's not okay. But she thinks because she feels this way and she's frustrated and blah, 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 that it's okay for her to do that. But again, like I said, the reason why she thinks it's okay for her to do that is because other guys haven't checked her on it. Other guys haven't told her anything about it. Other guys actually indulged her in the situation, started arguing with her, going back and forth with her, all that other shit. So you got to let her know this ain't cool. And, you know, if this is the type of situation, or if she's going to be doing this type of shit, then you're going to bounce. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Okay. So like her not directing it towards you. Let's just say, for example, like, let's just say you and this girl, like you, like me and my girlfriend, we live in our place together or whatever. And like, she's not really talking like that. And she's just like, I can tell her energy is low because she's like upset, but she's not really saying much to me. If that's something, I just let her be in her emotions and let me just keep doing what I do.
If she's in her feelings, and just let her be in her feelings. But if it's a situation where you are, you know, having a conversation with her, you need to like address her and tell her something, and then she's coming at you with negative energy. That's not cool. You feel what I'm saying? So if it's energy directed towards you based on her just being upset, that's not cool at all. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know, women a lot of times think it's okay, but they think it's okay because they've been with other men, or I should say males, who are okay with that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I agree. Hey, that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right. But yeah, and that's the thing, you know, and for you guys out there, see, when you guys are dealing with women, right? You have to be able to let a woman know that, hey, this is how I do things. This is what I'm about. This is, you know, I'm not going to sit here and allow you to just do this because you're in your feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, what you have to understand is that when you're dealing with women, you teach women how to treat you. And so, you know, and it's funny because shout out to my dude, Caleb Jones. He was talking about how, you know, a woman that he's with can be a bitch basically to other people, but she can never be that to him. Right. And I agree. So let's say you're dealing with a chick and she's taking her negativity out on other people, like meaning she'll yell at this person or feel this way at that person. That's whatever. But when it comes to you, that gotta stop. That's a wrap. You feel what I'm saying? Because the thing is that you have to let her know that dealing with you means something totally different than her dealing with those other people. And you're not going to be sitting there standing for that type of shit. And if she values the relationship, right, then what'll happen is that she won't do that no more. Or what she'll do is she'll try her best to basically check herself to be like, okay, let me not, go down that path with this guy. Right. And see, this is the thing. We talk about masculine frame, right? What happens is that a lot of guys, they'll be in those situations where their woman will give them negative energy or bring that negative energy towards them. And because they're not a masculine man, because they're not a guy who understands what he wants, because they're not a guy who's confident, because they're not a guy who values themselves, right? That type of shit will throw the guy off and then get him in his feelings. And then now he starts arguing with the chick. Cause even the other dude, remember, yesterday, or I think it was on Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday, Tuesday, right? So yesterday, me and Steve, we had the show and the guy called in and he was talking about masculine frame. And then he proceeded to go into saying, well, yeah, I'll be arguing with my girl. Right. So a lot of these guys that adhere to this masculine frame thing, they haven't understood the masculinity within themselves. This is why they need to go to Masculine Identity Membership to help them out to figure out who they are. Because see, this is the thing. Who you are is already there. The problem is you can't see who you are. This is why you're trying to put on a masculine frame. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't believe you're masculine. Right? So now you need this masculine frame in order to feel like you're masculine, in order to think that women are going to be attracted to you. But when you understand that masculinity is within you, then the idea of the masculine frame is ridiculous. Because if you have a masculine frame, that means that somebody can take you out the frame. Right? But somebody can't take you out of what you naturally are. It doesn't, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't take that out of it because it's part of the makeup. It's part of who you are. So they can't take you out of the fucking frame. You understand? So the thing is that guys have to start understanding who they are so that they don't get caught up into this nonsense. Because the more you get caught up into this nonsense, the harder it is going to be for you to attract women and also maintain a relationship. You understand? Because your whole situation is based on you putting up a certain front in order to attract what you're trying to attract. Then when you get that woman, if you do get her, right, to be able to maintain her, you don't know what to do because now you're in this thought process of trying to keep up an act or pretending to be something that you think she wants or pretending to be something that you're not, right? And when I say pretending to be something that you're not, what it is you actually are masculine, but because you don't recognize it, you can't tap into it. So you're pretending to be something that you actually are, but you can't see who you actually are because you're not really looking at yourself. You're looking at the frame that you're pretending to be. You see what I'm saying? And this is why guys have these issues with women, because a lot of the stuff that you guys are doing are surface level things to get women attracted to you. You want to get your money up? You're like, I got to looks max. I got to get my status up. I got to drive this car. I got to wear this jewelry. I got to get all these things, right? And then on top of that, I have to put out this energy of this frame so that she can respect me. And see, this is guys basically doing this for the woman. You understand what I'm saying? This is the guy doing all this for the woman because he wants to keep her so bad. He's like, how do I maintain frame? I hear this shit all the time. How do I maintain frame? What? What do you mean? How do you maintain frame? Like, what are we talking about? Like, that makes no sense. Like, you don't have to maintain what already is. You understand? Like, that's like me saying, how do I maintain, like the color of my skin? I don't know. How do I maintain the sound of my voice? How do I maintain how tall I am? How do I maintain, it's ridiculous. This shit don't make no sense. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, if you have any questions, put the questions in the chat. We'll get to the questions. So it says, Lucara, how should you meet chicks who don't drink or meet at bars? What? Oh, let me read that one more time so I could make sure I read this correctly. How should you meet chicks who don't drink or meet at bars? Okay, Skinner, let me tell you something. All women meet at bars. You understand what I'm saying? If they're into you. And even if she doesn't drink liquor, she will drink something non-alcoholic. You understand? So whenever you're in a situation where a woman's basically saying she won't meet you at the bar, she won't meet you because she don't drink. Oh, I don't do that. All that means is she's not feeling you, bro. I want you guys to get this in your heads that women who are interested in you will climb mountains, swim in rivers, jump over rainbows to get to you. You understand what I'm saying? They will come to the bar and drink water. They will come to the bar and not even drink if that's the case, but they want to see you. You understand? So if it's a guy they're attracted to, a guy that they're interested in seeing, you understand? They're going to come. So when a woman says, well, I don't do this, can we do this other thing? Nope. Well, I don't drink. You don't got to talk after that. Listen, when I'll be on these dating sites and the chick says, I don't drink, I just ignore her or unmatch. You understand what I'm saying? Like I give a fuck if you drink or not. You understand? I'm telling you to meet me here. Whether you drink or not is irrelevant. And she knows this. Whether a woman drinks or not is irrelevant to her if she's interested in you. You understand? Hold on. But you said, can I call up? I'm the guy from the live you're referring to. You never let me explain my position and you're speaking from a fault. All right, yeah, call up. Let's go. Call up. The call-in number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901 is the number. The number scrolling right across the screen at the bottom. So call up and get the shit cracking. Make sure you donate though. Donate $5 or more. Donate $5 or more and we'll get that cracking. Just hit that Cash App and donate. Shout out to Justin. He said they'll go over the mountain and through the woods. That's a fact. But yeah, Buck, call up, man. Let's get this cracking. Let's do it. You feel what I'm saying? So hit that Cash App at the top of the chat, you know, or the PayPal and call up and let's make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? But let me see. It says examples of talking to women and not at them. So talking to women is you being able to interact with her back and forth to where you're having a conversation to get to a certain goal, right? But in order to get to that goal, she needs to be responding to what you're saying in a certain way. So talking at a woman is guys trying to get out what they want to say versus having a conversation. So for example, a lot of guys who are scared to approach women talk at women, right? They come over, hey miss, how you doing? My name's Lucario. Listen, I just wanted to say I thought you was pretty, and I think we should like hang out sometime. Can I get your number? That's them talking at women. You understand? They're trying to get it out. They're trying to just say what they're saying. They're not paying attention to her response. They're not, actually having a conversation. They just want to get shit out so that they can make something happen because they're nervous. They're, trying to, get the words out. They're not really going back and forth. Now, talking to a woman is you saying what you want, seeing her response, right? Then based off her response, you respond back. You see what I'm saying? And then you move the conversation in the direction where you want to go. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of guys, what they do is that they talk, at women. And that's because they don't know what to say. They're trying to get it out as quick as possible, all that other shit. You understand? But I'm waiting for Buck Nasty to call up, man. What's going on? Hit up the line, man. We waiting on you, bro. Okay, I think this might be him. All right, 561. What's popping? Who this?
What's going on? This Lucario, correct?
Yes, sir. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, my man? This Buck.
What's up? So what's the deal? What's the deal with you, man?
I'm good, man. That exchange on how it happened yesterday. Well, first off, I want to just make it clear that I wasn't trying to undermine the podcast. I wasn't trying to talk over you guys, but I couldn't hear.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. So what's on your mind though right now?
So I see that, my conversation, made for some great content today. Mm-hmm. And I just want to elaborate on my positioning of saying masculine frame. Mm-hmm. I'm not coming in a position of saying that I'm not a masculine man. Mm-hmm. What I was coming from a position of saying is I took a reality check with myself. Mm-hmm. And I realized that when I indulge with women, I can get to a place where I start to become comfortable. And comfortability is basically like stagnant energy. So because that happens to me once I get into a relationship,
right?
I started asking myself like, damn, bro, like, why you be falling off? Like, why do you get so comfortable? And then you'll have to start your regimen all over again. So that's me telling myself like I done fell out of my frame. So it's not me saying, oh, I'm putting on some fake exterior in order to pull women, because it's not about me pulling the women. I already know how to pull the women. Like I said, I'm 39 years old. I'm ex-military, bro. I'm very intelligent. I've been to 18 different countries. I make over 6 figures. Like, that's not my issue. I'm just being real with myself and knowing that once I get with a female, I start to kind of get more stagnant than I should. So I was put on to you guys, and I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling the conversations that they're having with some of the callers. Let me go ahead and call up and see what I could do better, or where is that coming from? That comfortability level is coming from, that I kind of start to chill more than I did when I was single or when I was by myself. Like, when I was by myself, I was on my fitness journey. I was on everything.
Right.
But then, like I told you, I ended up getting into a poly situation, and maybe that situation, I was just maybe a little overzealous because it's my first time ever been in a situation like that.
Right.
And I kind of paid more attention to the women because this is a dynamic that I never had before. And I was like a kid in the candy store, I ain't gonna lie. But I started to see myself regress. Yeah, because what had happened to me before. Right. So that's the reason why I reached out to you guys.
Right. So basically, and this is what we were trying to tell you on the call the other day, is that basically what's happening, and this is what happens with a lot of guys, is when the women come into the situation, right, you start to slack because a lot of the things you were doing subconsciously was to attract the women. Do you see what I'm saying? So now that you have them there in that moment, then it's like, oh, well, I don't have to do as much as I was doing because I have them here. So which means that you were never really doing it for you. You were doing it for them. You see what I'm saying? And then that's where a lot of problems are going to happen if that's the case, as to why you're doing what you're doing. You see what I'm saying?
I get that standpoint. I guess for me, it's not necessary. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing for myself as well. But I mean, I'm not going to lie. Certain things are done to attract women as well. But my whole stance on bettering myself is not to just that's not my whole being of living, is to get myself better so I can get a woman. That's not the case.
Right. But that's the thing, is that even doing it just even a little bit for the women is the issue. That's what I'm saying. I did a video, I think it was a few weeks ago, where I titled it, Men with Game Don't Do Anything for Women. And what I meant by that is that anytime that you're doing anything for them, meaning that you're doing it to acquire them, right, is basically you creating a scenario and situation that's what gets you to fall off from focusing on you. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing that happens a lot of times, even in relationships, right? The reason why a lot of relationships fall by the wayside is because what happens is that the guy in the relationship, generally, this is, there's other situations that go down, but generally the guy in the relationship ends up switching up who he is for the woman. So when he first met the woman, he was, let's say he was at 100%. Then now that he's with the woman, he's at 70%. So what happened is that 30% of what he was about, he dropped because of her. So let's say, for example, he used to do A, B, and C, and he's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to do A, B, and C. I'm going to just do A, because since I'm with this girl, I spend more time with her. So I ain't got time to do B and C no more, because I'm with this woman and I'm trying to make this happen with her, or are we doing this other thing? You see what I'm saying? But then what happens is that because you dropped B and C, your girl starts to be attracted to you less and less, because she was attracted to you at 100%.
True. And I totally agree with you when you say that, which is why I called into the show to get some older gentlemen to, lace me with some game on that particular question.
Right. So basically all it is really is to figure out what you like to do and stay consistent with doing that, regardless of the women that's in your situation. This is why we talk about having a program, because when you have a program, you fit women into the situation you already had before you even met them. So when you was like, so let's say, for example, you say you go to the gym, you do this and you do that, right? So whatever you do should still be done, whether or not a woman is there. Now, when a woman shows up or you holler at a girl or whatever, you say, hey, I already have a place for you. Even before I even met you, I already have a place for you. So as soon as you come in, this is your place. You see what I'm saying? And nothing else is going to change as far as what I do, because what I'm doing is for me, period. So I'm never doing anything for you. I'm always doing everything for me. Because what happens is, because I remember you even said that you were arguing with your girl, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what would y'all be arguing about?
So a lot of the arguments came up about the way that I approached our poly situation, which is how I got linked up with you. Apparently, one of my girls ran across some of your content and saw that you were doing your thing. So she sent me one of your videos to watch. And the arguments that we would get in was me and her were dealing. I was about to make her my old lady, but one day we went out to the club. She got super drunk and I caught her giving another dude her number. So I basically told her, like, you know, I'm not on that. I'm straight. I'm gonna be outside. So while I was being outside, she fought with me so much that she didn't want to let me go. So she was basically like, whatever you own, I'm on. So I end up finding another woman. I was truthful with the woman, let her know what I had going on with the other woman. For some reason, they both wanted to date me at the same time. The arguments came up because I think when it comes to like having a polygamy situation, that both women are supposed to be in cahoots before you start having sex with them. And my problem was I was doing like a polyandry situation, or I mean polyamories, where I had them both separated. And I think the separation was making the minds run when I'm not around. And it started to cause conflict and confrontation. So that's when I would start, you know, arguing, or we'll get to a certain space. But the only reason I entertained it because I'm real enough to say, hey, I ain't never been in this space. I ain't never done this, which is why I've been doing my research and doing stuff like that.
And so, let me ask you this. So who brought up the whole poly situation?
Well, I did. Well, me and my first girl, we both was on it.
I'm saying who was the one who brought the situation to who? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So did you say to her, hey, listen, I want to have a poly relationship with you. I'm gonna go get another woman and that's what it's gonna be? Or did she say to you, hey, I want us to do some poly shit, and you agreed? Which one was it?
Well, we was having a it was like mutual, because we were having a conversation about it. And she was basically like, you know, if I don't ever get in a relationship again, I was thinking about probably joining a poly situation or something.
But see, see this, that's the issue that we were talking about yesterday is, see, you're saying, oh, it was a mutual thing. And, you know, I was at the spot and she gave this guy the number and I felt some type of way. All of that is happening because you don't have a program for her to follow. This is what we try to say. This is what we try to tell you. When you're dealing with women, the women have to follow your program. Like, you have to say, hey, this is what I want. This is how it's going to be. And this is how it's going to be done. Then when you're relaying that to them, right, over a period of time, they have to show that they're consistent with that. So if you're dealing with one girl, and I usually advise guys to be with a woman for at least a year before she's your girl, at least 4 seasons. I'll say 18 months is even better. But you hook up with the girl, you date her, you do all these things for an extended period of time. And while that's happening, you let a woman know as time goes on, this is how the structure of y'all situation going to be if you're going to keep rocking with each other. Right. And then she has to agree to that, and she has to be consistent with that. So what I'm saying is that there actually shouldn't be any arguments with your girl ever. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're in a situation
where you're coming from.
Right. So what I'm saying is that if you're in a situation where a woman is arguing with you, she should never become your girl. You see what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
So if I'm talking to a woman for at least 12 months, then within those 12 months, I'm teaching her that arguing is a no-no. And if arguing happens, I'm gone. You see what I'm saying? So then now when she becomes my girl, she understands that that is unacceptable. So it won't happen as she's my girl. So basically you're teaching her how to be a girl. So the problem was in your situation, you didn't teach these women how to be a girlfriend to you. That's what we're trying to say.
They understand this now. But like I said, this is my first time. So I can't make it seem like I just knew what I was doing jumping into a poly relationship. I am in the gym, so the women I deal with, they're also in the gym. Like one of my ladies, she always does my meal prep. You know what I mean? She, my other lady, she makes sure my kids are straight.
And how? Like, and you said, I remember you said it was one girl you was with for 6 months. How long you was with the other girl for?
10
months. So damn. So you made both these chicks your girl before they was even with you for a year, right?
Right.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying, where a lot of times what happens is that if you don't have a program, you don't let them go through that program for at least that year, you're not able to see if this woman is equipped to really be in a long-term relationship with you. Because I always tell guys this, remember, a girlfriend is a position. A wife is a position, just like a position at a job. You feel what I'm saying? They have to be able to do the job. That's why they have the 90-day probation period at a job. It's like, I got to see if you're able to handle this situation. So what I'm saying is that in these situations where you were feeling some type of way, okay, let me ask you this. Why'd you feel some type of way about her getting a dude's number at the spot?
Well, at that time, the poly situation wasn't our thing. It was just kind of me and her dealing exclusively. But when she did that, that's when I cut off and I told her I wasn't fucking with her no more. But then she turned around and that's when she started doing all the meal preps and sending food over and making sure I'm good. And hey, did you get this done? Hey, I'm gonna come over and do your hair. Did you wash your hair today? Did you wash your clothes? That's when that started to happen. So I guess she was trying to win me back, but like I said, I was like, no, I'm straight on my side. So then when I found another woman who was open to dealing with me while dealing with her, that's when I opened up both situations and brought her back in.
So you brought the older chick back in because you found the new chick?
So the older chick she was there, but not there. Because like I said, when she gave the other dude the number, I wasn't vibing with her like that. But once she started showing that she'll hold me down, that's what started to make me rethink. And that's when I'm like, damn, she's solid though. Whenever I need her, even if we arguing, even if like, let's say we were to get in an argument and she's supposed to do my meal prep, my meal prep would still be here on Monday.
No. And that's what I'm saying. See, the mindset of even if we're arguing, there should be no arguments. That's what I'm trying to say. None.
I feel you. This is why I'm calling to see
right.
Y'all got, because clearly I'm trying to better my situation.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. What you got to understand is this, right? Is that because this is the thing. Any guy can have a relationship. You understand? Dudes could be in a non-monogamous relationship, monogamous relationship, whatever. It don't even matter. What happens though is that you don't want to be in a relationship where it's drama, arguments, a bunch of bullshit and all this other stuff. Because what happens is that when you allow certain things, you're setting a certain precedent. You're saying this is okay that we argue. You understand? So anytime you argue with a woman, what you're saying is that this is okay. Also, what you're doing is that you're basically stooping to her level. You understand? Because what happens is that because let me ask you, when y'all first was arguing, y'all was arguing about the fact she gave the dude a number?
No, I just told her I'm straight on you.
Right. So how'd the argument stop though? I mean, how'd the argument start? That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. So our argument started back up due to me having both women and her telling me because I have both women separate that I'm starting the poly shit incorrect.
So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she brought that up to you and then you started arguing with her, or did how did the argument start? That's what I'm trying to get at.
just explaining, explaining to her where she went wrong and why I made the decision that I made, and instead of me just, I guess, hanging up and not worrying about it, it's like, God damn, bro, you don't hear what I'm saying?
So what I'm saying to you is who started the argument?
I guess you could say me.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that as a man, you should never be arguing or starting arguments. All you need to do is give direction. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that a woman is going to argue, right? Because if she's in her feelings and her emotions, she's going to bring that energy to you. So if you start arguing back, what you're basically doing is following her lead. You see what I'm saying? Now, what she should be doing is following your lead. So there don't need to be any arguments. There needs to be you saying this is what needs to go down, and then have her follow that. And if she's not following it, then she's gone. It's really simple. It's a my way or the highway thing. Say it again.
Would this be a fair assessment to say, not using this as an excuse or a level of a crutch, but I'm the only boy that was raised around 4 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for me, responding like this is a slight bit of norm, which is why I started to research, because that's when I was doing all the good guy, nice guy, doing all that stuff. And I started realizing that stuff ain't pan out for me.
Right.
So when my girlfriend broke up with me, like, this was the first time I ever experienced heartbreak, actually waking up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, damn, what's going on? Feel like I got a heart attack or something.
Right. Right.
So I feel you. This shit, and I went straight to the gym.
Right.
And I got me an LA Fitness membership, and I pretty much used that anger to fuel myself to build myself up. And as I was looking to understand myself, to build up my masculinity, because I felt like I was letting women control too much of the situation, that's when I brought up the other day where I said I bettered myself through stuff like Kevin Samuels and Anton Daniels. I get y'all boys may not agree with their content, but for me, it put me in a better position than what I was in.
No, it's not that we say we don't. I'm not saying we don't agree with their with their content. We're saying that is their content isn't about actual game though. And what I'm trying to tell you is that, and shout out to my dude Carl in the chats. He says you need to make her role and position clear, and she doesn't know where she stands inside the union, and that's the thing, where in your situation you're not making things clear and have them under your structure. That's basically your entire issue, is that you have to start, because I see what you're saying, where you grew up in a home with a lot of women, so that's where that argumentative, emotional, all that other extra shit comes from. Now, again, guys have emotion too. I'm not saying that you can't have emotion. What I'm saying is that as the leader, though, you have to set a certain precedent and you have to set a certain example so that your women that you deal with can follow. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about this. You don't ever see an employee, for example, arguing with the boss, right? Because they'll get fired. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's the same concept. You have to understand the position. The positions is the thing that's going to make everything flourish smoothly. So right now you're in a situation where you're dealing with these two women, but you don't have them under any structure. That's the issue.
Which, and this is, like I say, this is why I specifically called you, because, like I said, one of my girls put me on to you. So I'm like, okay, let me hear what's going on. Let me hear if I could learn something from it. I wish this dialogue could have went like this yesterday, but this is the reason why I jumped on your live, because I already saw that I would be able to have a decent level of dialogue with you versus Steve.
Because Steve ain't trying to hear nothing when niggas say they got game and they don't got game. Steve ain't trying to hear that. But that's why where that also happens. But this is why I'm saying, where a lot of your what's going to make things way more smoother for you is you need to actually figure out what you want, relay that to the women, and have them follow it. It's that simple. So even right now, you still with these women now?
Yes.
Okay. I would suggest you need to have a sit down with both of them. You understand what I'm saying? It don't got to be at the, you know, all three y'all at the same time, but you know, you got to sit with each of them, tell them what the situation is, and then have them agree to that type of situation, and then put in and basically, you know, vet them from now. Be like, listen, this is what I want to happen. And so from this point on, see if they're consistent with following that. And if they're not, then what's going to happen is that you might need to charge them to the game. But unfortunately, this is the hard part. Sometimes when you move a certain way from the beginning, it's hard to switch it up because you've been moving that way. You've been seeing these women for damn near like 10 months already at this point. So they're used to you being a certain way for 10 months. This is why I say game is important, because you're supposed to start at the beginning, letting a chick know what it is so that she understands what it is from the beginning and it stays consistent. So if it doesn't work out with these two.
I think I did that, but I think I messed up because like I said, I fell out of frame somehow because I started to cater to their feelings. Like, oh, I'm not seeing them enough, or oh, I didn't spend enough time.
Right, but this is,
and that's how I fell off.
Right, but this is what I want to tell you. Stop calling it frame. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's the masculine energy is already there. It's in you. You just have to put it out there. And putting it out there is you standing on your shit. Because like you said, you're like, oh, you're trying to make the girls happy and all this other stuff. Fuck all of that. Figure out what you want. Say, this is what I want. Now, you ladies could stay here. We can make this happen and work. But this is what I want. And if you're not about doing what I'm trying to do, then good luck to you. And then if you
I think that's why I'm taking on to these type of spaces, because like I said, I was raised with sisters. Yeah, I had my dad in my life, but my dad was a softie for my mom. So that's what I seen coming up. So this is me starting to make that 180-degree turn. But hell, I don't know what I don't know. You feel me?
Right.
And that's the reason why I got triggered at Steve yesterday, because it's like, one, I'm not these 22-year-old dudes that you're talking to. Yeah, I may not have the education that you're trying to put out, but it's still men we talking to right here. So there should be a level of respect and a level of decorum that's given on both sides. And that wasn't given.
Right. But also you got to understand this. See, and I'll say this about Steve, because a lot of people have an issue with that. See, the thing you got to take from that too also, right, is Steve isn't as bad as the women you're going to deal with if you don't lead. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So all that arguing and all this stuff that you've been going through already, that's light work. Do you understand what I'm saying? What happens is that the longer you deal with a woman without having any structure or any type of program, the worse your relationship's going to be. This is why I'm telling you, like, literally, when you get off the phone with me, you need to call these women up and say, listen, we got to have a talk ASAP.
Well, that's why I'm being proactive.
You see what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is that you don't want to keep things lingering and then it gets worse. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to say, because understand this. When you have a program, what it does is that it benefits you, but it also benefits the woman. Because then what happens is that now the woman has a man who has her best interest. A man who's going to lead and guide her into a situation that's going to be beneficial for her also. But what happens is that if you're a guy who doesn't have structure, you're a guy who isn't a leader, you're actually doing a disservice to the women. You see what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is that you're in a situation with these women, which is going to cause them to bring out their masculine energy. You understand what I'm saying? Which is going to cause them to not respect you, which is going to cause drama to happen. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why the arguments and all that stuff was happening from before, because there was no structure in the situation in order for them to follow. So that's what I'm saying. You got to take some time, figure out what you're trying to do, and then relay that to them, and then keep that shit consistent. You see what I'm saying?
All right. I appreciate it, Lucario.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, my brother. I got to head up out of here in a second, but I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm going to holler at you, though.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Be safe. All right. So let me close the phone lines up real quick, and then let me answer some of these questions, and then we're going to head up out of here. All right. So where was we at? You said so. Miss Lavar, basically a new version of her starts with you. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You got to see when you guys are dealing with women, it's when you're teaching her how to be with you. Because if she wants to be with you, she has to know how to be with you. And I love to use the job example. When you're applying for a job or want to be in a certain company, if they hire you, they're going to teach you how to work there. They're going to teach you about, what buttons to push on the computer, how things go, what files you got to, folders you got to do, what to fax, they're going to teach you all these things, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? And you want to be there. So in order for them to keep you there, you need to know the protocol and how to move in shake in that situation. You said, Lakara, how come you don't write poetry to better your mouthpiece? I do. I write raps. Rap is poetry, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? He says, what if a lot of women tell me I got pretty eyes? Is that them downplaying my masculinity? Why don't they use words like handsome or nice eyes? Well, maybe they just think you got pretty eyes. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all don't look too deep into that shit. It's not that serious. You just focus on you. See, this whole thing about, let me tell you guys something before we wrap it up. This whole thing about you guys being masculine is just about you tapping into who the fuck you really are, because that masculine energy is there. See, men and women both have masculine and feminine energy, right? But you as a man, you are the physical representation of masculinity. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that by you guys disregarding who you are, by you guys second guessing yourselves all the time, by you guys doubting yourself all the time, by you guys not being, comfortable in your own skin, right? This is why you're searching for what the masculine frame is. You understand what I'm saying? And so that happens because you don't see it within yourself. So you're searching it for it outside of yourself. You understand? See, the thing is just like a frame with a picture. You're the picture, but you're thinking that the frame is the thing that makes you masculine. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Because what happens is that if somebody could take you out the frame, that means that they are taking away that masculinity and they can't take away what you are. You see what I'm saying? So when you think that you have this masculine frame you have to maintain, what happens is that you are leaving yourself vulnerable to basically be getting thrown off. This is why, even for example, when guys talk about confidence, they say, well, you can't be confident unless, you've done something or you have this amount of money or this happened or that happened. That's a bunch of bullshit, because then if that's the case, then that means your confidence can be took it away if they take away this money or whatever it is you think you need to be confident. You see what I'm saying? So understand, all the shit that you're searching for is already within you. It's that simple. All right. So guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, and I will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.
Yo, shorty's feeling this game I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she catching feelings, she shooken up. See, I told her this shit was casual. I just did what I had to do. Dropping dick off, I'm glad to do. Now she's catching an attitude. Talking about trends, I'm mad at you. Cause all you do is give me dick. Bitch, I'm like, have some gratitude. Told her dick's all I have for you. Told her take it or leave it. She said fuck it, I'll take it. She loves when she receives it. This bitch falling in love. At first couldn't believe it, but then remembered I'm the nigga they all wanna be with. Shorty's feeling this game I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she's catching feelings, she shooken up. Now she's catching feelings. Oh, well. Now she's catching feelings, oh well. Now she's catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well. Told her I ain't want nothing serious. She be yakking delirious. She be getting so curious. Cause the nigga's mysterious and I'm also gregarious. She wanna fuck all the time, even when on a period. Shorty, she's an Aquarius. She be into those signs. I be spitting that yak. She be into those lines. I be talking that smack. I get into her mind. I be blowing her back. Now she's saying she's mine. Shorty's hooked on the D. She be grabbing onto me. I be getting deep inside. She be wanting all of me. She getting on top to ride. Then she's getting on her knees. Fucked her so good that she cried. Now she can't stop calling me. My nigga, I never lied about killing the box. Always fuck with my socks. Shorty's loving the cock. Now she's falling in love. And I wanted to stop, but she wants me to keep going cause I'm making her hot. Shorty's feeling the scheme I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. When she give me head, she be looking up. Now she catching feelings, she shooking up. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well. Shorty feeling this game I'm cooking up. Swear I told her we was just hooking up. Swear I told her. When she give me head, she be looking up. This is all my fault. Now she catching feelings, she shooking up. I was talking too much shit. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. Oh well. Now she catching feelings, oh well. This chick is in love, oh well.